Howdy y'all, get the Bulldog on the channel. I thought I got away with this whenever I'm not farming anymore, but still do it because I got a tractor at home. Is the one I tried to piece a video together, and I might end up completing it, but having to do wiring on it. Every bit of wiring on that thing is just destroyed. I got all the wiring done. Customer got in it, fired it up, and looked down at his feet, and there's oil pouring down out of the steering column. On this tractor, a lot of tractors got hydraulically assisted steering. Sometimes they put it down there below, but a lot of times they put the activator clear up there next to the steering wheel, so they run hydraulic lines all the way up to it. Well, that's where the oil was coming from. I knew there was a leak there. I saw everything kind of wet, but I didn't know it was gushing out. So he says, well, why you got it all apart yet? I can't get it out of my shop. Here's what we got. I got the hydraulic line pulled off, which is surprising. But as you can see right here, that is a significant divot in the line. And right here, there is a pinhole just shooting out. I couldn't find the leak. We got it blocked off on one side and got an air line on the other, and had air pressure on it, and I'm spraying soap on it, and it won't show up. But it was so bad, it was shooting out right here, and it wouldn't bubble. I mean, it couldn't even, it's leaking so bad it couldn't even bubble up. So we're gonna braze it. My boss is gonna do it because for whatever reason, I haven't learned how to braze. I've done it once in my life. I did a bad job. So he knows how. We're gonna braze this over. As far as buying a new line, yeah. If it were available, I mean, good grief. They had just the dash wiring for this tractor. They had nothing else, nothing available. That's what happens, you know, it gets a little bit older and they just stop making parts for it. And where do you get new parts? You don't. Well, they got to make new ones. No, they don't. It's just that simple. We're going to braze that here. It's got a couple other places. We'll touch up a little bit. And just to get them a little bit of armor, because obviously they rub there. So, be back in a minute. I want to interject real quick that the reason we're doing this right now is because I've still got the tractor all apart. The leak was noticed because I've got all the covers apart. I did that whenever I was putting the wiring in, and I was actually that night we were servicing the tractor, and I was in the process of bundling the wires up, getting ready to put all the covers back in place. But we wanted to test it first before we put everything all back together. Smart, right? And then notice that leak. And that is why it is so aggravating. It is so upsetting when you have one that just won't leave. Because there's always something else. Something kind of unforeseen. Like I say, I saw a little bit of a leak, but I didn't see a gushing leak. Well, it's because it has to be running in order to leak that much. And then it kind of pours off. And you just end up with dirt collected on it. And we didn't see it so much because it was full of junk. There was rats and everything that had packed up in there. There was shopping bags and cardboard and all that kind of stuff stuffed up into that column. And all that stuff was just soaked. I cleaned all that out of there whenever I was doing the wiring. I blew it all out, blew up from the bottom and blew down from the top, and blew up from the bottom and blew down from the top. And when I went to take that line out, it was still coated with stuff. And I had to blow some more off of it. So that's why we're doing this now. I had to pull the battery back out. And that was the only thing I had to do extra, which was, 2 minutes. So that's why we're doing this now. Now my fittings are leaking a little bit, but you can see there's no bubbles coming out where we brazed it. Tip it. This one here. Okay, we're good. Alright, we got it brazed. Yeah, I say we. He did it all. Yeah, there's a knack to it, and I just haven't done it. I need to learn. I don't know when I will do that, but I've got it. We've got it here to where it don't leak now. I'll get it reinstalled in the tractor, but I figured this would be something interesting. You don't hardly ever see this anymore. You know, braze welding, but this is how we fix hydraulic lines, diesel lines. It's something you had to do years ago because everything was steel lined and vibration would crack it, rubs, you'd rub a hole in it. You know, all the time you were dealing with something, and something like that you just can't find. Or if you do find it, it's always the wrong one because they're all pre-bent. This thing snakes its way up through there pretty nasty. So, like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it all around. We'll talk to you later.